time.
We're good, Martita.
Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for accepting our invitation to join us for this presentation. I think that it's gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna take you up and down in the Common application so you don't be afraid of it. I know that many people are afraid of it. They get nervous, they don't know how to do it. So I have prepared a presentation for you to be more confident when using the application. Please notice that you are muted and your video is turned off. Please type your questions in the chat. We'll try to answer all of them during the presentation. If not, we're gonna send you an email. And this session will also be available on our YouTube channel. This is the ABC to the Common App. My name is Marta Carranza, and I work for Education USA in El Salvador. First, I'm gonna start by talking about what Education USA is. Education USA is a US Department of State network of more than 430 offices in over 175 countries and territories around the world. What we do is that we offer information, accurate, comprehensive, current information about opportunities to study at higher education institutions in the US. We are the official source of information, as I said before. What we do is this. We have, well, some centers are working virtually, others are working in person. Some are working both in person and virtually. And what we offer is one-on-one advising sessions, cohort or group advising sessions, webinars, informative sessions, workshops, fairs. We do outreach, we visit schools and universities, and we promote our services. We also have fairs. And by the way, we wanna invite you to a fair, a regional Education USA fair next week. I will mention that at the end of the presentation. So we're gonna talk about the Common application. And I'm sure that most of you have heard about it, but you are a little bit scared about using it. Don't be scared. It's just a matter of reading the information available in the website. But I'm gonna start by introducing what it is. Well, it's a nonprofit college access organization that helps students to apply to college every year. There are more than 1,000 universities, colleges or universities in the Common App. It is free, anyone has access to it. You don't have to pay anything to use the application. And it makes it easier for you to apply to multiple colleges or universities at the same time. This application guides you through the application journey. You will see it when I show you the website. It also connects you with financial aid and scholarship opportunities. Who can use the Common App? Well, first-year students, of course, and transfer students. I'm sorry, there's a typo there. Transfer students. And how do you apply to Common App colleges? The first thing you have to do is create an account at that website, at that link that I'm showing you, and I'll show you the application later on. If you have a list of universities that you would like to apply for admission, you have to confirm that those universities are in the Common App. And if not, you wanna add more universities to your list, then you can do some search in the Common App. After you have confirmed that your schools are in the Common App or they accept the Common App, you have to review the admission information for every school on your list. Okay, every school might have or may have different requirements for admissions like test scores, recommendations or letters of recommendation, or your transcripts, etc. You have to gather all the information you'll need in order to complete the Common App. The Common App will require your transcripts. They will require information about your parents' education. in background. It will require information about the courses you're taking at school, etc. So we will see it when we explore the website. After you have reviewed the information and gather the admission information for every school and gather all the information you will need, you have to work on your application. Let me tell you that it takes time. It takes some time to do it, but you also save time because you are applying to multiple colleges and universities in just one application, okay? Once you have worked on your application, you can track the status of it. You can check what's missing in one of the colleges you're applying or in another one. If, for example, if in one of them you haven't written the essay, the status of your application can be tracked on the website. And then finally, when you have finished working on your application, you submit it. It's pretty easy. So don't be afraid of this. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna show you just a minute, please. I'm gonna show you the site, the website. This is the CommonApp. This is what it looks like, okay? This is the main page of the CommonApp, and we have a lot of information on the main page. Let me just move this a little bit. Okay, here. You can find a college. Well, let's take a look at this first. It says here, apply to college for the first time or transfer to complete your degree. So as I mentioned before, so first-time students or transfer students can use the CommonApp to apply to multiple colleges. In the main page, you can see how you can filter your search. This is amazing because otherwise you would have to go to each website of the university, on one of the universities on your list, and check if they accept first-year applications, if they accept transfer applications, if the university is public, is private. It depends on your interest is the way you filter this, okay? So look, large, rural, suburban, urban, historically Black colleges or universities, Hispanic serving institutions. So it depends on what kind of institution you're looking for. You can filter the information here. You can enter the name of the university on your list here also, if you want to explore just one. But then let's check this, for example. Let's see how many, sorry. Oh. Just a second. Oh, here. Okay, so look. Oop. Just a second. There are 1,007 colleges that accept first-year students. So this is a good filter. Then you can filter by location, by region, the South, Southwest, Midwest, West, etc. There are universities in other countries also. It's not only for the US, but of course, Education USA works only for US education institutions. So you can filter, let's say I wanna go to Alaska. Let's see how many universities accept first-year students in Alaska. Just one, you see, okay? It's Alaska Pacific University, it's only one. If we want to find out how many universities in the South accept first-year students, so we can check that. 185 colleges were found. If you want to know about financial aid, okay, so we want to check how many colleges or universities offer financial aid for international students. I check here. And remember that I already had a filter before. It was for the South. Now, from all the universities in the South and the CommonApp, only 10 colleges offer financial aid for international students. Something everybody's interested in? Okay. If you want to know the type of institution it is, public, private. If you want to know the size of the university also. Okay, let's say you want a medium-sized university that offers financial aid in the South. Let me check how many we have. 2, as you see. So this is a good way to filter your universities or the universities on your list if they are in the CommonApp. Okay. Let me see, special mission, let me see. If it's a women's college, men's college, coordinate, co-educational, etc. So we have, let me check what else we can find here. So we have universities that accept first-time or first-year applications in the South that offer financial aid for international students, medium size. We found 2. If you want to change this, like large size, we can check that too. Let me show you. Let's move to large. Let's move this to large. Let's remove medium. See how many we have now. We only have 1, okay? But this saves time, you know, because you're not looking for something that doesn't exist. It is here, and you can check it. So this is for exploring the colleges. This is in the main page. Let's go back to the page before. In addition to finding a college, I want to remove this. Okay, you can plan for college, okay? They tell you how to pay for college, how to make it more affordable. You have to read a lot. It takes time to get familiar with the application, but once you're familiar, it's pretty easy. If you're an American, of course, you can apply for federal government assistance or state government assistance, or you can go directly to colleges and universities and find out what is available for international students, or if you're an American, for American students. You can start saving. They advise you to start saving. You can apply for financial aid. It says that it comes in many forms and from many sources. Okay. If you're an American, as I said, you can apply to FAFSA. If you're international, you better go directly to the website and find out what's the highest financial aid you can get from a university. Most universities have financial aid for international students. It could be a partial waiver for tuition. It could be a full tuition waiver. It comes in different ways, and it comes for different reasons. Scholarships can be offered based on your academic performance or based on needs. And when I say needs, what I mean is that, for example, the university costs, let's say the whole cost is $60,000 per year, and you only have, let's say, $40,000, and then you can ask the university to complement the funding to make it possible for you to go. So it also gives you advice on this. Let's check this part of the application. If you're in middle school, for example, you have a checklist of things to do to prepare for admissions at a college or university. Let's check this. Okay, this is your checklist. First, you have to read. Second, develop your skills, study habits. Then get involved, you know, volunteering, sports, acting, art, etc. So you have to enrich your profile, ask questions, talk to your teacher. So this is for middle school. Let's check 10th grade. They also give you advice. They give you a list, a checklist, study skills, time management skills is what you need, critical thinking skills, comprehension skills. So you can get good advice by checking this in the CommonApp. Let's say you are in 11th grade. Check this. This is the checklist for 11th grade. If you're in 11th grade, you better check this. Set goals for the year, take the preliminary SAT or the National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test, PSAT, etc. Compile your initial list of colleges. If you don't have a list and you want to make your own list, then you can check our website, Education USA website, and look at the 5 steps to your study. And the first step is do your search, college search. So you can check the engines that we have, the search engines we recommend there, and start making your own list and compile your initial list. Study, prepare, and register for standardized tests. Plan your senior year class schedule, create a CommonApp account, find your recommenders. Look at, it's a long list of recommendations you have here if you are in 11th grade. And so on. We have the 12th graders also. You can check that on your own. And then you have family resources. We have Michelle Obama talking about what happened to her when her daughter started college. There's a family checklist that we can download. Let me show you. This is for your parents to support you, and tells you what to do starting August, okay? For example, it says August to October, visit the CommonApp, explore to discover it says 900, but it's 1,009 as we can check, as we checked before, colleges, many of which have no application fees and flexible testing policies. Okay, so this is a good time to start exploring the CommonApp, as you can see, August to October, and it goes on and on until December and March. It says encourage your student to apply for scholarships to reduce the cost of college. So this is very important because it gives you like a timeline, okay, of what to do once we start using the CommonApp. Okay, do I move this? But one more time, excuse me. We were here. Oh, okay. Again. So I'm gonna move this just a minute, please. Okay, here. Okay, so, excuse me. So we check this. Then you can apply for to college. There's a guide here that you have to read. Here we have some first year essay prompts. There's a guide for transfer students. And you can also download the application, the CommonApp. It's available for your cell phones. And this is for your recommenders, okay? If you are choosing a school counselor to be your recommender, he can read all of this so that he can do a good job. I'll show you. because I opened my own CommonApp. Okay. Here, if you're a first-time student, or if you're a transfer student, check here. Slow. Okay, here. I created my own account just to show you. So I'm going to sign in. This is important that you see. Oh, unsuccessful. Oh, sorry. Just a minute. Let me check here. Yep. I will have to change this. Just a minute. Oh. This is not the one that I wanted. This is my recommender account, but I also have a student account. Just let me check the password. It's not this one. Just a second. Okay. Oh, yeah. Here. Let me see. There. Okay. The first thing that you see once you create your account is a dashboard. Okay, in my case, I already had a list of universities. As I said, if you have a list of universities, the first thing to do is to check that they are in the CommonApp. So how do I do that? I go to college search. And I check. You can write the name of the college on your list here, and it will take you to the college directly. One of the colleges on my list is Abilene Christian University. So I checked it was here. The other one was American University. Just a minute. Alma, no, has to be below. There, it says American University. Okay, and the other one I have is Hope College. Let me show you. Your list must be different, of course, but those were the ones that I chose because of different reasons, because I wanted to check what the requirements were, different types of universities, different settings, etc. So I chose Hope College. And because for Hope, for example, I have two Salvadoran University students, in Hope College that won tuition waivers. So it is very friendly and it's very simple to apply here. You see, Hope College is on the list. So once I made sure the college on my list was in the CommonApp, I added it. How do you do that? By clicking here. Look, I'm gonna add this one just to let you see how it works. Okay, so I can check my dashboard now, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 universities on my list. I haven't worked on this one yet, on Hollins University, because I have just added it, but I have worked on the other ones. As you can see, the dashboard shows me what the status of my application is. For Abilene Christian University, it's in progress. For American University, it's in progress, etc. All of them are in progress because I haven't written the essays yet. That's one of the tasks I have to do as a student. Okay, so once I know what the status is, I can go to my colleges here. Okay, and I can go one by one. Here I can check many things. Where it is located, what the deadlines for application are. Early action, for example, is November 1st. Regular decision is February 1st, 2023. It also has rolling admissions. For international students, the cost of the application for Abilene is $50. Okay, standardized test policy, flexible, it says. And SAT without essay or ACT without essay. But you can check more on the test policy information for Abilene here in this link. So I invite you to check it. Courses and grades are not used. Recommendations, for example, it requires a school report. Counselor recommendation is required. A final report is required. A teacher evaluation is not applicable. Other evaluations are not applicable. They don't save school forms after matriculation. And the personal essay is optional. However, I would say that it's important that you write an essay even though the university or the college does not require it, because it's a way for the college or the university to know more about you than just your scores in the test or your grades at school, etc. So I would suggest that you write an essay, even though it's optional, that you write it. It says this college does not use a writing supplement for any additional writing requirements. Okay, so I like it. Let's check American University. American University is highly competitive. Here we have the application deadlines for 2023. They have early decision 2, regular decision. And for the spring 2023, there is only regular decision. So the cost of the application for this one is $75, as you could see there. Sorry. For international students, 75. Well, standardized tests are not required, never required tests. Course and grades not used, but they require school report, mid-year report, final report, 1 teacher evaluation required, 1 optional. Other evaluations, 1 optional. They save school forms after matriculation. And the personal essay, as you can see here, is required, okay? Okay, it says college questions. Let's display this one. Oh, this is for US. Oh, okay, let me check this from the beginning. When you want to start the term, the testing plan. Okay, if you have a fee waiver for the application, if you want to apply for need-based financial aid, etc. Okay, so I still need to work on this. I haven't finished according to this. Let's move to the other one. Hollins, we have just added it. I don't have anything. Oh, sorry. We're gonna check the application later, but I want you to check what is here. Well, let's go to the application questions. Check. No, just a minute. Oh, well, I'm checking just the colleges, just a minute. Let's see, Hub College. Okay, it is in Michigan. You have the phone, the fax, email, application deadlines, other deadline information. There is no fee for the application. They don't charge anything for you to send the application. Never requires standardized test. SAT without essay or ACT without essay. There is test policy information here. It requires a school report, a final report. A teacher's evaluation is 2 optional. Teacher's evaluations, other evaluations 2 optional, would be from somebody else. You have some other information here. You can visit Hub. There is a virtual tour here. There's information about the scholarship, cost and financial aid information, majors and programs, graduate report, etc. Requirements, CommonApp personal essay. College question, 1 required question, 1 optional question, additional details. So you should check the application for this one. Let me show you something else. Okay, now that we know what I have on my list, let's fill out the CommonApp. Let me show you. I have to write everything here. I have to complete everything. This is my profile. I made it up, of course. This is not me. This is made up. I wrote my first name. I had never had another name, my middle name, my last name. Never use other names. My date of birth. The next one is the address. My address here, or my office address. I have no alternate address. Then the contact details. My mobile, my cellular phone. I have no other telephone number. The demographics. Female, she, her. I have never been in the US Armed Forces, so I said none. I am a Hispanic and Latina, yes. Which best describes your Hispanic or Latino background, Central America. I describe myself as white. Which best describes your white background? I said other, and I specified that I'm Salvadoran. Then we have language here. I speak 2 languages, Spanish, my first language. I speak, read, and write. I speak at home. Then my second language is English. I speak, read, write, spoken at home, but it's not my first language, my second language. Then about geography. My country of birth, city of birth. I have never lived in the States for many years, just for short periods of time. I'm a citizen of non-US country, from El Salvador. It says, do you currently hold a valid US visa? I said no, but I can say yes if you have it. Let me show you. I said no because I didn't have my passport at hand, so I couldn't fill out that part. But it says here the type of visa. Choose an option. Well, here. Tourist, could be a tourist, or any type of visa, US visa that you have. Okay, but I said no, so I'm gonna go back to no to make it easier. Do you intend to apply for a new or different US visa? I said yes, F1. And the last part is the CommonApp fee waiver. There are some requirements for a fee waiver for the CommonApp, and you can read them here. It says you are eligible for application fee waivers if you meet one or more of the following criteria. Read this. If you meet one of this or more than one, you said yes, and then you sign it. In this part, I said no because I don't need a mentor. Use Stripe is a CommonApp partner that connects you with free qualified mentors online. However, if you want to do it, do it. Okay. Click on continue. There's more information about family that you have to complete. That's why I said that some information about your parents' background is necessary. It asks about your parents' marital status, who you live with, if you have children, etc. And also information about parent one, could be your father, parent two, your mother, and about your siblings. And then it's education. Okay. Okay, it says current or most recent secondary or high school. And then I made this up. My date of entry was January 2021. My school is not a boarding school. I will graduate from this school. And my graduation date is November 2022. It's a 2-year high school program. I'm gonna graduate the time expected, so there's no change in proration. But you could graduate early or late, I don't know. So it depends on you. It also asks about other secondary high schools. I said none, but you could write yes, 1, 2, or 3, depending on how many you have attended. Also, if you have attended colleges or universities, if you had taken coursework at a college or university, I said no, but you could say yes and include what courses you have taken. About grades, it asks about your graduating class size. I said 30. My school does not report class rank, so I said none. It could be exact or decile or quintile or quartile, etc., depending on your school. The GPA scale reporting. Let me display this for you. Look, it starts in 4, like the American system. For El Salvador, it's 10. So that's why I wrote 10. If your GPA is weighted or unweighted, if you have taken advanced placement or you have other credits that you can report, it's weighted. Mine is unweighted because I haven't taken any advanced placement courses. It also asks you about most recent courses you have taken. I wrote that I am taking 4 courses in this academic year. And the school system, the scheduling system for this course is yearly. It takes a year, not a month, but a year to finish it. And the subject is English and the name is Advanced English Grammar for me. It's regular or standard. It's the full year. And second course was math. The name of the course is Math 3. Again, the same description. The next course was chemistry, and the name of the course was organic chemistry. The same description for the rest. And the last course I'm taking is computer science, and the name is coding 1, and so on. It could be different for you depending on what you're taking. It also asks you about honors. I'm displaying this because many students have questions. Can I write this? Can I write that? And they have a lot of doubts about this. It says, do you wish to report any honors related to your academic achievements, beginning with the 9th grade or international equivalent? I said yes, but what I reported was highest score in the high school national exit test. It's given at 11th grade, and it's national. That's one of them. You can add others if you have other recognitions or other honors. Let me show you this. It says indicate the number of community programs, organizations that have provided you with the free assistance in your application process. I wrote one, and I wrote, of course, Education USA, because we provide guidance for this. And I wrote my colleague's name here as the advisor, and her email address, her phone number. Continue. Here, you have to talk about your career interest. Let me display this. I wrote, I want to be a college administrator or be part of the staff of the college. But you might want to be a college teacher, an analyst, a dentist, whatever your interest is. It's kind of, you can be an engineer, dietitian, nutritionist, farmer, etc. And the highest degree you intend to earn is a bachelor's, okay? So we have gone over this. Now we're going to testing. Here they ask you if you want to report any tests that you have taken. And which ones you want to report. Okay. Set tests. It says number of PASAT scores you wish to report. I said 0 because I haven't taken it. But I want to take one, and the test date will be September 2022, next month. Then the same about TOEFL IBT or any English test. I also wrote the date for the test and the scores that I think I'm gonna get. And when I will have the date, the score. Show you this part. I haven't taken any senior secondary living examinations yet, okay? So I'll check on continue. This is also a part in which students have a lot of doubts because sometimes we think we don't do anything important, and we do. It's just that we're not aware of that. For example, in this case, it says reporting activities can help colleges better understand your life outside of the classroom. That is very important because they're thinking about the students that are going to be admitted as a whole, not just as a person with good grades, okay? But what else can you do outside the classroom, or what you do outside the classroom? Could be arts or music clubs, community engagement, family responsibilities. You might work at your family business, or you might take care of your little brother, whatever it is, hobbies, sports, work or volunteering. And then I said, yes, I wanted to report some. The first one was academic. Type of activity, I wrote academic. What? I wrote, I'm a math tutor for 9th grade students at school. The name of the school. I described the activity. I said, we meet every Thursday after class. It is a group of 6 students who have trouble understanding math. Grade levels, 9. It's a 9th grade. Timing of participation all year, 2 hours per week. In total, 36 weeks. And I intend to participate in a similar activity in college. This is very important. I said yes. I'm doing it now. I will do it in the future. The second activity, I said I chose community service. And I said that I was part of the organizing committee for Campamento Esperanza. Excuse me. The name of the organization is Seattle International Foundation. It's something we do in El Salvador. And we have many student volunteers for this activity. And what did I do as part of the committee? I coordinated all supply purchases and entertaining activities. And the level of the grades were 9 and 10. When I participated, because it was in 2020 and 2021, so I was in 9th and 10th grade. And it was during the school break. I wrote how many hours I spent doing that. And this is very important. I intend to participate in a similar activity in college. Yes. Continue. And then we have the writing. This is what I haven't done because this takes time. But here I can see that American College and Hope College require an essay, but I Will Christian University doesn't, okay? But it says here that the essay demonstrates your ability to write clearly and concisely on a selected topic and helps you distinguish yourself in your own voice. Okay, so many people apply to these colleges and universities that there has to be a way for you to stand out, to distinguish from the others. Okay, and writing a good essay is a way. So they give you some topics here. I chose this one, discuss an accomplishment, event, or realization that sparked a period of personal growth and a new understanding of yourself or others. I chose that one, but you could choose any. Okay, what do you want the readers to know about you apart from your grades, okay, and your test scores? Which of these topics answers that question better? That's the one that you have to choose, okay? If you have trouble writing an essay, check our YouTube channel for some webinars on that. Or look for a tutor. Or contact your closest Education USA advising office. We also offer assistance on this. So as you see, I haven't written anything. That's why all my applications are in progress, okay? Let's go back to the dashboard. Okay, Abilene is in progress, American is in progress, College is in progress, Hub College is in progress. I still have to work on this, okay? As I said before, the last part is financial aid resources. Let me check on this. There is a lot of information here, but because this is not only for international students, it's also for national, for Americans. So there is information about the federal government, the state government, as I explained before. Yeah, most colleges and universities have their own scholarships, so you have to go to their website, to the website of the college on your list and check what is available for international students. This is for American students, not for international students. However, I'm going to give you an example of El Salvador because that's what I know. All the banks in El Salvador have a special line of credit designed for supporting studies. okay? If you want to study in the US, for example, you can go to a bank here and ask for a loan. Of course, there are interests for that. I would suggest that well, this is what I tell my advisees all the time, that if they don't have any money and they want to apply to a loan for the whole amount, and the whole amount is $70,000 per year, for 4 years, that would be $280,000. That's a lot of money. And the rate, how do you say this in English? The return rate of the investment. The return of the investment is very low at the beginning. So if you have a loan that requires that you pay a lot of money per month, I wouldn't suggest that you apply for a loan for the whole amount. You better look for financial aid because of your performance or because of your needs, and try to lower that amount as much as you can. If you do not have this, if you don't fulfill or you don't comply with all the requirements, you better start working to improve your profile, because otherwise it will be difficult to get financial aid, okay? This takes a lot of time. The whole process, I'm not talking about only about the common application. I'm talking about the whole process of applying to a college or a university. It takes between 12 and 18 months. So if you are in the 11th, if your high school is a 3-year or bilingual high school, it's a 3-year program. If you are in the 11th grade, this is a good time to start. You could start in the 10th grade. Remember what I showed you, all the checklists that the CommonApp has for different type of students. So check that and try to work on that. You still have time. If your English is not good enough, do something about it. Take classes, get a tutor, practice. I don't know. There are many ways to improve your language skills, but do something about it. Don't expect anyone to do this. You have to do it yourself, okay? You have to do it yourself. And if you, well, let's go back to the presentation. I'm gonna give you some tips and stuff here. Back. This here. Okay. These are the tips. You have to start the process early enough. Plan well in advance. As I said, it takes from 12 to 18 months to do this. From the date you start till the time you're gonna leave for the university, 12 to 18 months. The earlier you start, the better, okay? And if you're not in 11th grade, you're not in 10th grade, you are in 8th grade, start working on your profile so that you become attractive to these universities. Get good grades, get involved in as many things as you can. And use all the resources available in the CommonApp. Read, don't expect anyone else to do that for you. You have to read, it takes time. You wanna do something, you wanna achieve something, work on that. Another tip is contact your Education USA Advising Center for support. We're always willing to help you. There is an Education USA Advising Center in every country in our region. So you can check that in our website. You can find the closest or the nearest Education USA Advising Center by checking our website. And attend school fairs, of course. There's no better way than learning about universities than attending a school fair. Okay. Show you again. I want to show you before the questions. I want to show you for your recommenders. Just a minute, please. One thing that I didn't show you at the beginning, check. Yeah. This is for your recommenders. Dashboard. Aquí. Dashboard. Show you. This. In the excuse me, in the main page, I want to leave this. Be patient, please. Now, why I can leave it? Let me get it. Just one more. 30 seconds. This is what I need. Yeah. This one in the main page of the CommonApp, it says support your students. This is for your recommender. Ah, I think I didn't show you the recommender. Just a minute. Oh, I have to enter again. Oh my God, I'll have to change this. Just a minute, please, because this is important, because you will know what to do in this part. Okay. Here. I'm going to show you something. Okay. Let me go to the application. No, it's not there. Just a minute. Let's display this. Here. Here. It says recommenders and FERPA. I'll show you this. FERPA, it's a release authorization. When people recommend you, they send the recommendation directly to the CommonApp. And by signing this, let me show you the details. It says you have authorized the release of all requested records. You have also waived your right to review your recommendations and supporting documents. Okay, so you can sign this or no. Let me check. I need to see it. It says FERPA regulates the privacy of student education records, which could include your application to the college where you enroll. FERPA also gives you the right to review confidential letters of recommendations provided as part of the application after you enroll. In a moment, you will be asked if you want to waive the right to review confidential letter of recommendation. What should you know about this waiver? It says waiving your right lets colleges know that you do not intend to read your recommendations, which helps reassure colleges that the letters are candid and truthful, that you didn't write them yourself, okay? So if you waive it, you have to think about it. Of course, I'm not telling you to do it. I have, and I checked here and continue, okay? and save and close. I sign, date, and I save and close. Oops. Please enter a valid date. Oh, okay, because today is not the date. Okay, and here you can invite recommenders. For example, in this case, it says school counselor. This is one of our coworkers in our office. I wrote her name. So Paula is a school counselor, and I invited her to be one of my recommenders. And I invited myself to be a recommender for Marta Aparicio. That's my single name. And I also invited, let me check, Mariel, my colleague Mariel, to be the other recommender. So you choose your recommender, and as you include the information about the recommender, you can remove the recommender also if you change your mind. Okay. Here we have, I was invited, Paula was invited, Mariel was invited. So I'm covered. This is for Abilene, okay? For American, could be different. Look, for American, counselor is necessary. A teacher, one is required, one is optional. I haven't invited any teacher yet. Other recommenders, one optional. I haven't invited anyone yet. Advisors, of course, I invited myself and Mariel again to be my recommenders. So each school has a different requirement for this. Let's check Collins. So start thinking about who could give a good recommendation about you. Okay, a counselor, teacher, 3 optional, other recommender, 3 optional, and the advisors, yes, I have 2 advisors included. For Hub College, again, you have to find to sign the FERPA for every school. For Hub College, 1 teacher, teacher is optional, counselor is a must, advisors are necessary. Okay, so once you have decided that, and you include the information about your counselor or your teacher or your advisor, then the CommonApp sends them, the recommenders, an email informing them that you have been invited to be a recommender, okay? And recommenders, of course, have certain tasks. Yeah. Oh. Just a minute. So what this is now. Me voy a meter. Where is it here? Okay. Again, the main page. This is the main page, so that you can guide your recommender here. There is a recommender system. There is a toolkit. There is a guide. Transfer advisors, and news and updates. So it's very complete. I think that it's a matter of taking the time to learn about the CommonApp and not to be afraid of it. And if you have trouble doing this, ask for support. Just a minute. I will not go back to this. What is it here? Okay, now, if you have any questions, this is the moment to ask them. You can write your question in the chat. Or, yeah, in the chat. Is Jackson there?
Hi, Martita. Yes, we do have a question. Hold on a minute. And the question is, hold on a minute, please. What is a school report, mid-year report, and final report?
Yeah, the school has to send a report, your grades, mid-school report, your grades, and the final school report, your final grades, of course. Yes, the school has to send reports about you.
And what if the school does not have a guidance counselor to fulfill or fill out the information when it comes to the school report, mid-year report, or final report? What should a student do?
Yeah, in this case, for example, in El Salvador, there are many non-bilingual schools that don't have counselors. What our advice is, choose us as recommenders. You can choose an Education USA advisor, or you can choose what we call orientadores, not counselors. In Spanish, they are called orientadores, and in non-bilingual schools, those are the ones that could give a report about you. Yeah. If the orientador does not speak English, then you will have to work with the orientador, okay? But a good way to solve that would be to contact your Education USA advisor and ask for help, okay?
Great, thank you, Martita. And what about, for example, the FERPA? What are some implications that a student may have if he or she decides not to waive their right? Can you maybe elaborate on this a little bit?
Yeah, I think that most schools expect the applicant to sign the FERPA, because in that way, they make sure that you have not had any influence, or you have not written the letter yourself and asked your recommender just to sign it. You see, it's better to waive it and to keep it like just for the recommender. I think that it's a kind of it's something about ethics. I wouldn't like to read what someone is writing about me. I think it's better to.
Yes, exactly. You are right. Thank you, Martita. What about, for example, if a student decides to, because I had a case with one of my advisees that she decided to not to waive her right, and then the application was already the letter of recommendation was in. Is there any way that the student can undo this option, or once it's done? Can you elaborate on that?
If the student, let me check if I understood it correctly. Right. Your student signed, did not sign the FERPA.
Right.
Okay, so she had access to the letters of recommendation.
Right, and then she wanted to switch that. Right, so is that recommendable? Because she wanted to switch her options, and then she couldn't. She was telling me that, oh, I am unable to do this. Is there any way that she can reach out to CommonApp or?
Well, that's something I haven't done before. I cannot assure that, but I think that once you sign it, that's why I said, think about it carefully.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think there is a way of going back.
Yes, great. And when it comes to the essay, should a student edit copy and paste one document, one essay from one university to another?
No, I don't think so. You have to study the university, each university on your list, and get familiar with the type of university it is, what they are looking for in an international student to be admitted. That's something you could maybe contact the people in admissions and find out a little bit more about what kind of student are they looking for. Okay, what's the profile of the student they are looking for? And maybe based on that, you could decide what topic to choose that answers the question there. What do you want them to know about you? Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Thank you, Martita.
Okay.
There are no more questions on this end.
Okay, good. Well, there are no more questions. Okay, here's our next event. Is the Education USA 2022 Virtual Fair. This is the link for that. Don't miss it, please. It's on August 24th. That's the link to register, but all of the Education USA advisors have this announcement in their websites, in their Facebook, in their Instagram, etc. So you can register, don't miss that. And thank you very much for attending this presentation. I hope it's been useful for you. And if you have questions, as I said, you can visit our website, our official website, educationusa.state.gov, and look for the nearest Education USA Advising Center. We are here to support you. So thank you very much for your attending this presentation. Bye-bye.